Welcome to Pat Gray Unleashed.
We doing a show already? Amazing. Welcome to it. How in the world are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming along for the ride today. Jeff Fisher here from Chewing the Fat, filling in for Pat Gray, along with Keith Malinak. Pat, apparently...
Was that bar fight? It was the bar fight that he... Remember he was defending Your Honor?
Hurt his face.
Uh-huh.
And the guy sucker punched him.
Right in the kidney.
And so I guess he's having his innards looked at. And so when he returns, I'm sure that he'll tell us all the great tales that you only have when you go to the hospital.
Oh, you like those?
I love those
You
tales
love the hospital,
so
too.
much. Yeah. And he slipped. I was hoping to see him. I haven't seen him since the slip and fall.
Yeah.
And it happens so fast, the slip and fall. I mean, the last big ice storm we had, I had the crash in the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
That I talked about. And it happens so fast. And I just remember falling, hitting the bumper of the car, laying in the driveway, thinking, okay, so if I don't figure a way to get up, no one in my house knows I'm home.
Yeah.
I'm laying in the driveway until somebody drives by and goes, hey, there's a big blob in the driveway.
What a way to go.
What's going on? I think there's a guy laying in your driveway. So, I mean, it happens. So you don't realize. We see those stupid videos all the time of people crashing and falling and slipping. But it really is just a remarkable fastness. You can quote me on that. Remarkable fastness.
Yeah, remarkable fastness.
Yeah.
Write that down. How is it that you, Pat, Rob Borowski, when he was here, I mean, you guys have wiped out. Now, I'm jinxing myself. I'm the most accident-prone among us, and yet with these ice storms, I've gotten off lucky.
I thought when I did it, it was at the end of it, and I thought that everything had melted away. Not that big piece of my driveway. Not that big piece of my driveway. Not so fast, fat man. Okay, you're going down.
Every time we have winter weather here in North Texas, there's a corner of my yard that never gets sunshine, and it's always the last place in the neighborhood that still has snow or ice or whatever. I got to take a picture. It's been raining now, so maybe not. It was there last night.
Yeah, it's been incredible. And so, I mean, I understand bar fights and how you can damage yourself, even if you win.
Yeah,
you got to take a couple punches sometime.
And he did.
Anyway, you can send your prayers that way. You can send your prayers to the earthquake victims in Turkey. I mean, we've lost over 10,000 lives already. Just devastating. Oh. And, of course, we will talk about the State of the Union.
Oh, was that last night?
That was last night.
Is that right? Okay.
Our president gave the annual State of the Union address.
He's so good at it, too.
And... Oh, man. It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
Well, before we get to that, though, I mean, we had a Pat head send us in a picture. I don't know, something's going on with the hat that he's wearing.
Oh, yeah, the other day when he came out, that was talking about the balloon talk.
Uh-huh.
What is it, Leigh Payne? Is that her name? Leah Payne?
Yeah, sounds right.
Sent this picture in, and she wanted to know what was going on with his hat because it looks like it's got a bulge on it.
Yeah, it's like an electronic device or something holding his brain in, maybe.
It could be.
Do we have a closer look at that?
It could be the Apple AirTag that Jill has put in there.
Okay.
So they know, she knows where he's at all
That's
time.
a good point. I bet it... No, don't leave yet, Joey. We got to put this in your hat.
I mean, he's wandering around the East Wing. Get him back over here.
That's got to be some electronic pulse thing keeping his brain in. It's got to be. I don't know.
That's funny. I just thought that could be a Jill AirTag.
That's funny.
Just to keep track of him.
That's funny, boy. And last night was insanely awkward.
Oh man!
I mean, they couldn't even get started. Before they even got going, and Jill walks in there. And do we have the picture? Can we put up the picture?
Inside the house.
Here we go.
That area is filled with some of their guests. We'll get to some of the descriptions of why they're there. But first, we want to bring in our panel. Dana Perino is co-leader of American Newsroom.
A little beginning business with the second.
So the first lady and the second gentleman.
Oh, yeah, the second gentleman.
Who nobody can remember his name.
Yeah.
We're making out right there in the chamber.
Doug. Right, Doug.
Sure. Doug Harris.
Amaroff.
I'm not even.
Amaroff, right?
Oh,
Doug
yeah, it's
Amaroff,
a different last name. That's
yeah.
right. Look at me Googling away over here because I care so much.
No, it's Doug.
That guy. Yeah.
That's incredible, though.
That was on the lips.
I mean, yeah, that was lip to lip.
That was square on. And it wasn't like, sometimes it's awkward. You don't know which direction. Oh, you're going this way, but you still don't end up hitting lip to lip. That was lip to lip from the start.
Cheek to cheek. Mm-mm. No, I mean, that was strong lip to lip kiss.
Wow.
What is going on at the White House?
I bet Roger Goodell's upset now because he thought that.
He'll get some of that on Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
Because Jill, man, speaking of Jill,
stepping out.
Anytime she can get away from Joe, she is gone, man.
Know.
And that's why I think that's probably an air tag in that hat to keep track of him because she's gone.
I'm not going to be with him, so somebody else is going to
right. So she's able to just, she opens the app. Oh, somebody needs to get him. Mm-hmm. He's wandering out the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That's holy cow. I'm not quite sure what to make of the lip to lip kiss.
I don't know, man.
From the
Washington D.C.
is
a strange place. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. No.
But again, before the man even really got started, and he was just making small talk, man, he all over the place, not even staying on the teleprompter, and he
amazingly, and I know it's just me. I am biased. I know it's just me, but him just walking in.
Yeah.
There were a number of times in that shot where legitimately I thought he's lost.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he is.
And is it 100% true? Probably not. But it's a little bit true. I'll tell you that.
I guarantee you there are moments.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, him trying to just off the cuff talk with Chuck Schumer last night where he screws up. I mean, he doesn't refer to Chuck Schumer as the Senate Majority Leader. He refers to him as the Senate Minority Leader.
Right.
And then he just played this. It's so awkward. And Chuck Schumer's like, get the camera off me. I can't take this anymore.
Okay, so pause that for just a second.
The turtle?
He had just announced Mitch McConnell.
Right.
Mitch can't even stand up.
I think you're right. I don't think
he can stand.
I think you're right. I don't think it had anything to do with him just wanting to stay seated.
No.
I don't think he could.
He can't stand. I know he's
so much old in that room last night.
Yes, absolutely, so much old.
Oh.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And congratulations to Chuck Schumer. Another term as Senate Minority Leader. I think this time you have a slightly bigger majority, Mr. Leader. You're in a majority leader. About that much bigger? Yeah. Well, I tell you what.
Added one. Okay.
I want to give special recognition to someone who I think is going to be considered the greatest speaker in the history of the House.
No, don't do it. Yeah. We'll cut it off before we get to Nancy. And we haven't even started the speech yet, and we're looking for the nearest noose.
Yeah, really bad.
It was embarrassing as an American last night.
Really bad.
Politics aside, please, and that's bad enough, and we'll go through it. It's just this dawdling old man who should be sitting in a wheelchair at the end of a hallway in a nursing home, not giving the State of the Union for the greatest nation to ever exist.
Did we make before we get into the speech?
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the speech.
Which was, we said it was good, right? Okay, all right, it's good.
Well, maybe we undersold it. It's actually great.
Did anyone actually get a bingo? I know there were several State of the Union bingo cards around.
Going around.
Yeah, I saw the Blazes. I saw Stu's State of the Union bingo card for our coverage, and I don't know that anybody. Let's see, Jill Biden has to help.
But see, that's
joke falls flat.
Oh, jokes, yeah,
definitely Black History Month.
Did he?
I think he might have. He might have got on that. Thanks, Obama. Okay. Ooh, no, I don't know that he thanked Obama. Attacks DeSantis. No. Reads instructions off teleprompter. Kamala laughs awkwardly. Blames Trump. Biden tells fake story from past. I mean, he does that without even thinking. AOC cries. Says something racist. Yells. Ukraine. Says he was in civil rights protests. Vaccination. Can't read the that one might be actually have been a pretty good one. The State of the Union is strong. Mentions corn pop. Ukraine.
Okay, all right.
Calls Kamala president. Creepy whisperer. Come on, man. The squad publicity stunt. Biden slurs words. Awkward silence. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good one. You almost got a bingo there. Did we get a squad publicity stunt? Not really. We didn't get a squad publicity stunt. So you didn't get that. Almost, though. Almost bingo on that line. So, all right. Let's get to the speech.
Let's get to this claim
speech.
that...
Let's get to the speech.
And I didn't even bother to fact check this. Did the Washington Post, did somebody fact check his claim about all the land that's burned up here, all the forest land? You got to play this clip 3. Oh, my goodness.
More timber has been burned, that I've observed from helicopters, than the entire state of Missouri.
I'll fact check that.
More timber has been burned
than the entire state of Missouri.
That we witnessed from a helicopter.
So he's seen with his own eyes more charred timber than the state of Missouri.
The great state of Missouri, by the way. MIZ-ZOU.
Oh, here we go.
Missouri Tigers.
Let's see if the Washington Post did anything on Missouri.
No, and we have to fact check the other claim about.
They didn't even cover that one.
No, they don't care.
No, they don't.
Did we fact check his claim? I don't know if we have.
Well, we'll get to it. I'm sure we'll run across it.
All right. No, his claim about
we'll get there.
Signing
Declaration of Independence. Yeah, he wouldn't have done that. He would have said, "I want to stay with the king." That's
non-compete clauses. He was saying that the hamburger, fast food restaurant workers
I don't think we have that
non-competes.
But are you for real?
Come on now.
A fast food joint? I'm sorry, you can't go across the street to Wendy's and flip hamburgers.
I would say that it's very possible that perhaps a manager at Taco Bell told Julie, if you quit here, you can't be going across the street and working at Wendy's. If Julie quits there, she can go across the street and work at Wendy's.
Yes.
She wasn't signing a non-compete.
I have never watched something on TV that was so horrendously bad without having changed the channel.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know that I would have stuck around had I not.
I had to watch hockey at the same time. That's the only way to power through this.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I sat and watched the whole stupid thing.
Yep. So, all right. Let's go to, this could be anywhere in the speech. Who knows where this is? Clip 4, Biden is incoherent. I mean, I don't even know what he's saying
It's
here.
on the bingo sheet.
I know.
If you try anything to raise the cost of precision jobs, I will veto it.
What the hell did he just say? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what he's talking about.
Prescription drugs?
Play it again.
If you try anything to raise the cost of precision jobs, I will veto it.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Because he screwed that up a couple times throughout the night. He had a tough time with that. It's a stuttering thing.
I'm not sure if clip 5 is where our United States Congress literally almost turned into the scene from Idiocracy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was on fire.
If you're familiar with the movie Idiocracy, there's a State of the Union speech, and before Joe Wilson yelled, "You lie," to Obama, that's when the congressman out in the crowd before that was from South Carolina, who was yelling at Camacho, and he says, "I heard that, South Carolina." I mean, so anyway, Idiocracy has paved the way for our present day.
It looked like we were in the United Kingdom when they have the open forum, man.
I think we are past Idiocracy at this point, quite frankly, after what's been happening in this nation. But yeah, so here's last night talking about Medicare cuts and stuff like that, and then the whole room just turns on him.
Fair share, some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority.
No, they don't. And now he's got to fight back. Then he thinks he's got to fight back.
Anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal.
Will you?
That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see you. No, I tell you, I enjoy conversion.
Conversion?
It means if Congress doesn't keep the programs the way they are, they'd go away. Other Republicans say, I'm not saying it's a majority of you. I don't even think it's even a significant.
Listen to this, man.
But it's being proposed by individuals. I'm not politely not naming them, but it's being proposed by some of you. Look.
One guy mentioned it somewhere, and now, I mean, that's why you have to be in lockstep as a party.
Contact his office. I'd like to get the paper.
Yeah.
I'd like to get the paperwork. Will you, Joe? Is there documentation of that? Okay. Okay. I mean, holy cow.
We're only 5 clips
Holy
in.
cow.
You want to hear him talk about oil? I'll put you in a good mood.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, let's hear him.
Okay, this is good.
Let's go.
Good, right?
And when I talk to a couple of them, they say, we're afraid you're going to shut down all the oil wells and all the oil refineries anyway, so why should we invest in them? I said, we're going to need oil for at least another decade. And that's going to exceed.
Just a decade. Bro.
We're going to need it.
That just shows
Production. If they had, in fact, invested in the production to keep gas prices down, instead, they used the record profits to buy back their own stock, rewarding the CEOs and shareholders.
You sell our oil to China,
Corporations ought
old
to
man.
do the right thing.
Wait, if they had used,
we're going to get off oil within 10 years, and there you go. Now, let's just say that automobiles didn't use oil. Like we were able
automobiles don't use oil.
Thank you. And then now they're all electric vehicles. Yay, we're done. This just shows the liberal mindset on petroleum and all of the things. I'm looking at 2 plastic bottles sitting right there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere. It's in everything. Our clothing, it's everywhere, man.
One of my favorite lines: modern petrotechnology. We live it. We live it every day.
But we're gonna be done with oil within what? 10 years.
And it's the oil manufacturer's fault for not going out and getting more oil when you say you're going to ruin them, and they're not going to be around. It's not like they go out today and hey, there's oil right there. It's like Jed Clampett. It's coming out of the ground. No, you have to find it and drill for it, and that takes time, energy, money. Wow, this freaking guy.
I didn't
man.
send this in, and I don't know if we have a clip where he's bragging about oil prices. He recycled, pun not intended, so many lines. It's just
yes.
like if you listen to talk radio, you're a fan of this show, you've heard these, and you're like, I'm not.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. You're a liar. So I don't know that I pulled the one where he's bragging about oil prices are down, $1.50 from the high. Okay, so the Republican Party during the speech, they tweeted out this chart, and it's accurate. If you can see, when he takes office, the price of gas is $2.39. You can see it got up to $5 there. Okay, and then today we're still much, much higher than where we are. But He brought prices down. Everybody in America should have this bookmarked on their phone, so when you have some leftist coworker say, well, the price of gas is coming down. Okay, let's see where it's been. Yes, but let's see where it was, bro. Ugh.
I know.
So frustrating.
And I see where it's hovering now over $3 a gallon.
Yeah, we're back.
For a regular. Yeah, we're back to that. Mm-hmm. It's good news. Good news, because I saw it was up. The one gas station that I go by was dropped down below 3, and I thought, oh, no, I think the guy put the wrong numbers in, because it's back up over 3 again the next day. This is really, really fast.
Yeah.
All right, so we did have our great senator from Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, there.
Yeah,
and
it's 350 is the average right now nationwide.
Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry, what? That refreshed. 345. So.
What a liar.
What? Well, okay.
345.
The Google search said 350. When I clicked on it, it said, "Get out of my face." Okay, so
345 average.
So yeah, this is like a little comic relief moment here. I think you talk about Senator Fetterman,
yes.
the honorable Senator John Fetterman
from the great state of Pennsylvania.
That's right. So they're talking about like health crisis in a family. Just something strikes unexpectedly.
Right.
Maybe your kidneys just start, shattering, and you have to go to the hospital overnight.
You were in some kind of bar fight.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you got to go to the hospital.
I'm telling you, man. Did you ever write a thank you for how he defended you in that bar?
No, not yet.
You need to do that, especially now. Look what happened after that guy sucker punched him. So anyhow, the camera guy, like the guy running in the truck, who was running.
Hey, we're talking about sickness. Put Fetterman on. Put Fetterman on.
Right. It was so awkward. Watch this. I love this though.
What in God names happens?
What in God names?
If your spouse
so sick of him.
gets cancer, or your child gets deadly ill, or something happens to you, what are you going to have again money to pay for those medical bills?
Wasn't that weird? Like, I mean, he could have been talking about anything, and it's weird to cut to Fetterman.
I know, but talking about sickness and illness, that's fantastic.
And I love how he flubs what in God
names happens.
God names.
If your spouse gets cancer, or your child gets deadly ill,
or you're a senator with a goiter and a stroke.
No,
she's wearing a suit.
No hoodie.
I'm very
disappointed. A special occasion.
I'm disappointed in him for wearing a suit.
You think he's sold out? Bro, you sold out your look.
I know.
That's your brand, man.
That is his brand.
Pit stain, sweat stain.
If he goes back to Pennsylvania and wears a suit, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, really?
He should be. Absolutely. Huh. That's his deal, man.
Well,
you saw his kids when they took the picture the day. I mean, he was wearing a suit when they took the Senate pictures with the vice president, but the kids were wearing shorts and tennies and stuff. So that's the deal.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, there was a senator in Nebraska that I know that those listening in the state of Nebraska will know the name of Ernie Chambers, troublemaker in the in the legislature there.
Who doesn't remember Ernie Chambers?
In the unicameral. So he would wear like I remember almost like, okay, you know what? Bill Belichick would wear the cutoff, like the stuff, the sweatshirts with the cutoff.
He would cut them off with the scissors. Yeah,
I mean that's Ernie Chambers in Nebraska.
Yeah. If you get elected wearing that's your brand.
Yeah,
you got to go with it. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%. So I'm a little, he kind of sold out. The wife's got him. So the wife's dressing him nice now,
and she doesn't care. She'll be senator before Easter. Okay, so. The whole situation with him going off to Camp David, I contend there is some sort of lobotomy machine there. And
well, you're not alone in that kind of theory that something is something is amiss.
Yeah,
with him,
and that's where he went this weekend before the State of the Union. I think probably to get the battery pack recharged in his head there, as we saw. And so he obviously the drugs were not that effective last night.
Well, toward the end.
It's always toward the end with him.
Toward the end. I mean, I even tweeted out, I couldn't tell if it was my meds or his that were waning.
I know. But he has, as most dementia patients do, these flashes of anger, right? I mean,
man.
He had moments last
speech,
night, right?
Yes,
just all over the place.
Speech, it was.
So
I don't know like a drop of a hat.
Right. I don't know if this is the most demonstrative one of them, but I mean, here's one moment where he loses his cool.
As you all know,
sit down.
We used to be number one in the world in infrastructure. We've sunk to 13th in the world.
13th.
The United States of America. 13th in the world in infrastructure, modern infrastructure. But now we're coming back.
Okay. Yeah, that's not even the most boisterous moment.
No, it's not.
13th.
13th. We're going to build new roads.
We're gonna raise your taxes to do so.
I mean, holy cow! That entire speech was nothing but raising taxes on the rich.
You got to pay their fair
share,
right?
And corporations who pay zero in tax, and they've got enough. Well, Lord, God knows they've got enough money. They've got enough. It's not going to be like we're just going to run them out of business because they won't have any money. They've got billions. And we're going to take it. We're going to take it. They need to pay their fair share. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no. We kept this clip short, though. We don't want to spend too much time. It was a long...
Okay. Joe Biden on assault weapons.
Ban assault weapons now. Ban them now. Once and for all.
Sit down, Bono.
So... What was Bono doing there, by the way? He didn't even get acknowledged, did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because he, did he say his name? I don't know.
I don't think he got acknowledged. We saw him a couple times because they showed.
So they were talking
Paul.
about. Well, they did put the ISO on him when they were talking about all the the job that Bush did with AIDS.
Oh yeah.
So everybody knows it's Bono and Bush on AIDS, and he's like, we got to do that for cancer. I don't know if we have that clip. And so the camera did go on him, but I don't know.
I don't think they ever acknowledged him.
Thank you for your help, Bono. Yeah, I don't.
No, I mean he and Paul had a great time throughout the night. They were laughing and joking it up, and And I'm a little disappointed when he did introduce Paul that he didn't at least, tip the hat so we can see the damage from the hammer. It's a little tip of the hat. That's all I wanted. Didn't get it. Very disappointing. Very disappointed.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's gotta be. Come on.
Oh, you have what clip? What clip? The one where they acknowledge. Let's do the Bono cancer thing. Okay, cool.
20 years ago, under the leadership of President Bush and countless advocates and champions, he undertook a bipartisan effort through PEPFAR to transform the global fight against HIV/AIDS. It's been a huge success. He thought big. He thought large. He moved.
So McCarthy looks over at Bono.
I believe we can do the same thing with cancer.
Everybody's looking at Bono, but he never said.
Yeah, he never acknowledged it.
Let's end cancer as we know it. Cure some cancers.
Cure some
once and for all.
Wait, cure some cancers? Wait, we got to cure only some of them?
I think our fellow co-host Stu Bergier has a website called Has Joe Biden cured cancer yet? And I'm pretty sure that the answer is no. Could be wrong.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's right. You play the. Do we have the? I don't know. Do we have the clip of him? I don't know, during the campaign. Yeah, do you have that campaign promise?
Like the president, you're going to see the single most important thing that changes in America is we're going to cure cancer.
Okay. Hold on. Are we going to cure cancer or are we going to cure some cancers? Because he keeps, changing, moving the goalposts. We're going to cure some of them. We're going to, make it, because we can't get rid of it completely. The pharmaceutical companies that bankroll our campaigns have to make billions still. So we're going to need to have some cancers that you just treat.
On one hand, we hate the pharmacies.
Right.
Or the pharmaceutical companies. And on the other hand, we love them.
I tell you.
Because they do wonderful things.
Uh-huh.
I'm confused if I'm supposed to hate them or if I'm supposed to love them. Well, I don't understand. I don't understand their philosophy behind the pharmaceutical companies. It's just amazing.
No, and no, you remind me of a tweet I had. I don't know, just a few days ago here. I miss when liberals hated war until they wanted the U.S. dragged into one, didn't like big pharma, and were for bodily autonomy until they wanted their products forced into us, were suspicious of big business and loved free speech until they wanted it suppressed by corporations. I mean, the liberals in this nation have just flipped on major issues that they used to, for decades. It was at the heart of everything for them. Hate big business, hate big pharma, hate war. But no, now everything's cool because they're doing what we want. They're owned by the left now.
It sure seems that way. Now, for those of you just tuning in, Pat is not here today. I know, right? So he's apparently in the hospital. So
yeah, but you should see the other guy.
Say a prayer for him.
You should see the other guy.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right. So something wrong with one of his innards. I'm not sure which one today. So he had the ice smash, and then he's got something wrong with his innards. So when we find out exactly how that is, we'll let you know. I don't know if seriously, I don't know if he's going to, when they're going to let him out of the joint. I will say that as a person who's been in the hospital a number of times throughout my life, the sooner you can get out of there, the better.
Really?
Oh man, I mean, I know it's a place to be, and that's where they take care of you and everything. But I want to be out of there. Yeah. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of hospitals.
And absolutely keep Pat in your prayers. He's going to be out, like you said, at least the next 2 days. He thinks he's coming back Friday.
Okay.
I hope so. Okay.
All right.
But the email from his wife didn't make it sound like he's going to be back Friday. So we'll see. But we'll see, right?
She could pipe down. Okay. Let the man decide when
Jackie,
he's coming
this is
back.
Jeff Fisher.
Let the man decide when he's coming back.
Fat. Okay? And by the way, as terrible as playing these clips make you feel, and we only have a few more to go here, there is hope coming up in hour 2.
There is?
There's hope. There's hope. You just got to stick around.
Okay, great.
We got some good stuff.
Because I got to say, this wasn't so bad. There were times last night he was so just yelling. Mm-hmm. He would go from a regular tone of voice to just yelling. And I wish, I don't know if the batteries in the hearing aid went off. I don't know if somebody, I don't know what happened. But it was just there's some more incredible stuff from our president, Joe Biden, and the State of the Union. Now, we haven't found out exactly if what the State of the Union actually is. Is it to Joe Biden?
Pat
and
Gray
we'll tell you that in
Unleashed.
a moment. Pat Gray Unleashed. Jeff Fisher, chewing the fat. Keith Malinak here. 888-900-3393 is the phone number if you'd like to participate. We've been going through the State of the Union address last night.
I'm not convinced Pat Gray is really sick this morning. I think he's just avoiding.
I was thinking about
avoiding this. Going through this insanity from Joe Biden's speech.
Because I feel like you and I did this last year.
I think.
Did we not? Wasn't Pat sick last year?
We'll have to go back and check.
I need some hospital documentation.
I need a
I want
doctor's
to know
note.
that I have not been lied to.
Taking advantage of my generosity.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
So we just going to do a few more of these, right?
All right. You can always tweet us at Pat Unleashed, and we'll get to those at some point. So let's finish up the State of the Union. I don't know how much more I can take.
All right. Let's do the border here.
I'm going through. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the list of some of the cuts, and we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not doing it.
I only see a few more that we need to do here. Let's do the border one, clip 10.
The border.
At least pass my plan to provide the equipment and officers to secure the border.
Right. Even McCarthy's like, what are you talking about?
And a pathway to citizenship for dreamers. Those on temporary status, farm workers, essential workers. Here in the people's house, it's our duty to protect all the people's rights and freedoms.
Yeah,
Congress must restore the right and
listen to him yelling at him like
he wants to fight so bad.
Congress must restore the right that was taken away in Roe v. Wade and protect Roe v. Wade.
All right, there we go. Let's talk about abortion. Yeah.
Let's pivot.
Kill some babies. Yeah.
Pivot quickly off the border.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I hate you on the border. I hate you on the border. Mr. President, get to the killing the babies. Get to the killing the babies. Unbelievable.
Kamala was ready to jump up for that.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Killing babies.
We got to be able to kill those babies. Let's get to it. Awesome. We cannot have any states that say, hey, maybe you ought to hold off on that. No, I should be able to kill that kid whenever I want.
Anywhere in this country. At any time.
Thank you.
All right, what's this other border clip? I don't know. Keeps getting interrupted about the border.
Oh, yeah, man, they were not happy with the border.
Fentanyl is killing more than 70,000 Americans a year.
So seal the border. They keep yelling border in. That's the solution.
You got it.
You got it.
Listen. They're blaming. Listen to that, man. They're yelling at him like it's your fault.
Yeah.
You're the reason why. Yeah.
Hello. He wants to fight him so bad. Want to do some push-ups? Fatso.
Look fat. Look.
I mean, he wants that desperately. He wants to fight them bad.
Yep. Can we, let's, oh my gosh. Tyree Nichols' family, they were in attendance. And it's not that difficult of a name unless you're Joe Biden. And then.
It's Tyree Nichols.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we're talking about.
Not last night when he acknowledged him.
Let's commit ourselves to make the words of Tyler's mom true.
Oh, gosh, bro. Who's Tyler?
This guy, man.
That's why I say that politics there, that's not even a thing. It's just, can I have someone who's coherent, who can read a teleprompter, who can remember the name of a man who was murdered by police officers a week ago? Can you just get somebody in office that can handle that?
That'd be nice.
I swear.
That'd be nice.
Ugh, he's the worst.
So much of last night was tax the rich.
Yeah.
The rich need to pay their fair share. Corporations need to pay. And then he tells us that we need to buy American. I thought Make America Great Again was
right.
bad.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's xenophobic when it comes from Donald Trump. But when Biden says it, then, oh my gosh, what a brilliant plan. This is wonderful. Listen to this clip. Oh, gosh.
And when we do these projects, and again, I get criticized for this, but I make no excuses for it. We're going to buy American. We're going to buy
American.
Folks.
Yeah.
The same group that sat on their hands when Trump said that.
Totally consistent with international trade rules. Buy America has been the law since 1933, but for too long, past administrations, Democrat and Republican, have fought to get around it. Not anymore. Tonight, I'm announcing new standards require all construction materials used in federal infrastructure projects to be made in America.
Which I don't like, by the way, because I obviously hate the country. Oh, look, wait, pause it right there. Check out the yellow dress there from Senator Kirsten Sinema, yeah. Looking like a big old butterfly there. That's
awesome,
cute, with the sleeves poofed out.
I thought you looked great.
Did you? You would.
Weird. Good fashion statement.
Anyway, you can kill this clip. We got it. Yeah.
What is she supposed to dress like?
I don't know.
Fetterman has a suit on. Why can't she?
Yeah. Okay, I don't know.
It's her style, man.
Yeah, it's her style.
Leave her be.
Leave her butterfly.
Leave her be.
Or be.
As I'm looking through the rest of this, I don't know that I can.
No, I don't want to do anymore.
Inflation got mad for the Republicans that want to repeal the Inflation Reduction Act. I will veto it. You want to talk about Buy American, and then we have to have efficient appliances. So that will cost you more. Be ready for that.
That's exactly why when the old man was installed, I went out and got one of them deep dish washing machines and those suck all the electricity dryers, because we may never go back. Because that's one thing that Trump did. He reversed that stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's what a banana republic does, right? We just swing back and forth from one extreme to the other. Like, when do I get this? When do I buy that? I don't know. When the regulation's coming back. I mean, we are so unstable as a nation. I mean, do you want to do the good news now, or do you want to?
The other thing that he talked about. No, back off for the good news.
You don't want the good news.
I do, but just a second, okay? Because when he talked about when he was talking about Tyler Nichols, and he talked about. Parents and police etiquette and how.
Oh, you want that one?
I don't know that I have to listen to it.
You don't want to hear it. You're just gonna cliff notes it for us.
I don't know that I can hear it from
okay.
All right.
Stand down, Kayla. He's just gonna muse on that clip.
He talks about how giving the talk to their kids, how black parents, he never had to give the talk to his kids. Well, that's a bunch of BS.
Okay.
Okay, I did almost say the actual word.
I've almost said it many times on this show.
If you haven't given your child the talk about when you get pulled over, first of all, you should never get pulled over by the police. You should never be doing anything wrong. Okay, should follow the speed limit.
That's how it works.
Should be following all laws and regulations at all times. But if the case were be that you got pulled over by a police officer,
right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's say you were driving and you're driving your parents' car and they haven't updated the state sticker, the inspection sticker, and you get pulled over for that. And you get pulled over. Don't get out of the car. Uh-huh. Wait until the police officer comes up to the car before you do anything. Have your window rolled down. Yep. Keep your hands where the officer can see them.
Yep.
You don't need to be grabbing for your driver's license, grabbing for the insurance card while the officer is approaching your car. Wait for him to come to the window. All that stuff. If you haven't had that talk, white or black, yellow or blue, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. That's not. I mean, I get that the driving while black. I get it. I get that's what you want me to believe. But many times, perhaps if instructions were followed, the horror that happened after wouldn't have happened. Just saying. Don't play it. Don't play the clip. Don't do it. So I already had the tweet scheduled on my tweet deck to promote Chewing the Fat at 6:30. So, we might as well do...
Yeah, you want to do some Chewing the Fat?
Might as well do some quick chewing here. Pat Gray Unleashed, 888-900-3393 is the phone number. You can follow the show on Twitter at Pat Unleashed.
He's going to improv
my
the
Twitter
song?
at JeffyJFR. And you get caught between the moon and New York City.
Oh, New York City.
No, I don't want that one either.
No?
Improv the song. It's that.
Improv the song.
Yeah, give me the car commercial. Go ahead.
Oh, the car commercial? Oh.
What? Are you just improving?
There you go. It's time for chewing the fat.
I hate that tambourine, I think, more than anything. Thank you. Okay. In honor of the Grammy Awards this past weekend, that was a celebration of the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And I know many of you didn't see it. And, that's okay. I'll give you some highlights right now, okay? Dr. Jill was there. Dr. Jill Biden. She's been a busy little beaver, out and about. She was there to present a couple of categories, and she looked beautiful, even more beautiful than she looked last night.
That's the word we're going with?
Beyonce, Queen B, Queen Bey, or just Queen, now has the most Grammy wins of all time.
Okay.
With 32.
Wow.
Incredible. Viola Davis, now the 18th person with an EGOT. Third black woman, fourth black person alongside Whoopi, John Legend, and Jennifer Hudson. Viola won the Grammy for reading her own book. Her memoir, Finding Me. So congratulations for being an EGOT member.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre, 7-time Grammy winner.
Okay.
Was the recipient of the inaugural Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. So congratulations to Dr. Dre.
It's like giving Cy Young the Cy Young.
And I said,
okay.
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
I was just thinking about a stupid joke. And we also saw how miserable Ben Affleck was at the Grammys. He looked miserable the entire time.
Look at that, man.
And then we found out, we saw, the internet had fun with it, saying Ben looked like he needed a Dunkin' coffee and a cigarette the whole night, which
I love that
probably
meme.
was true. But it also saw why he was so miserable.
Oh, what happened?
As he was getting bitched at from the wife most of the night. There's a clip of, he says something to the wife. What? Shut up. Slaps him in the chest. Stop it. Turns around. Oof, she is not happy.
Wow.
Not happy.
Wow.
Woo. So
that is 108. And then she puts on the fake smile. I love this. Watch this.
The turnaround at the end because what's his face? Trevor Noah was doing a bit right next to her, and she realized, Trevor's there, and she had to laugh at the bit. Trevor was, I think, calling his mom, Trevor was doing a bit, calling his mom, telling his mom that it wasn't the real devil on stage.
Okay.
And it wasn't. It was Sam Smith.
It wasn't really the.
Yeah, it was Sam.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, I know.
The fire and everything was there.
And so we might as well continue on with music. Justin Bieber sold all the rights to his music.
Boy, somebody's lucky. Get all that Bieber stuff.
Bieber's publishing to his 290-song back catalog.
Okay.
And acquired the share in the original master recordings of his song. It includes all his music released before December 31st, 2021.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out this picture we got there. So he's got the microphone in the left hand. He's got a champagne glass in the right hand. And is he getting out of a pool or is he getting into a pool?
I think he's getting up from the wheelchair.
Stairmaster?
No, he's getting up from the wheelchair.
It's a Stairmaster.
Yeah. And so they didn't release the terms, but Hypnosis says the leak was about $200 million for all his songs. Now, that's not bad.
That's good.
It's not bad. Congratulations to him. Now let's talk. I wish, and we'll definitely be talking about this with Pat when he comes back on Overtime.
I saw this.
Is that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees have been announced, and you still have time to go vote. You can vote. They've opened the annual fan ballot once again.
Oh, you got the list there of the nominees?
Which allows voters the opportunity to pick their favorites out of this year's induction nominees. So you can cast your vote at rockhall.com now through April 28th. All right. So, and the 5 artists with the most votes will comprise a fan ballot that will be tallied with the other ballots when the 2023 inductees are selected. So your vote they're going to look at it and go, yeah, okay, whatever. We're going to pick who we want. So the list of nominees for the 2023 Rock Hall of Fame in the 2023, Kate Bush, Sheryl Crow, first-time nominee, by the way, Missy Elliott, first-time nominee, first year eligible, Iron Maiden, Joy Division, New Order, first-time nominee. Cyndi Lauper, first-time nominee. George Michael, first-time nominee. Willie Nelson, nothing says rock and roll.
Right.
Like Willie Nelson. I love Willie Nelson. I've seen him live a couple of times. He was great. But Rock Hall of Fame? Come on now. Rage Against the Machine. Soundgarden. The Spinners. And you want to talk about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Worthy. The Spinners. A Tribe Called Quest. The White Stripes. First-time nominee. First year eligible. And Warren Zevon.
And where's Weezer?
So, holy cow.
Where's
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Where's the Monkees?
A lot of hip-hop going on.
Where is Tommy James and the Shondells?
A lot of hip-hop going on.
Where are the Connells? And where is Foreigner?
Oh, and we don't even think about them anymore.
I know, you're right, man.
And coming to an AMC theater near you, event pricing for seats. You're going to put seats in value sightline, standard sightline, and preferred sightline sections. So you'll be able to pay a little bit more for the better seats at the theaters.
I've already checked out the mapping, the way they have it set up, and the seats that I always like are in the standard price, so I'm good with it. But I mean, I feel like this probably should have been done a long time ago. Because cheaper seats if you have to sit and look straight up the whole time.
But very few movie theaters, I can't remember the last time I went to a movie and didn't have the tickets reserved to begin with.
Right,
you know, there's no general admission
stuff.
I've ordered it online. I mean, if you walk up to the window and all that's left is front row, middle, and you have to pay top dollar price. Oh well,
I will not watch a movie from the front row. It's just impossible.
I've watched one movie, one movie in my life from the front row.
Is it safe for air to tell us the name of the movie that you watched from the front row?
I can just say you don't get the full effect.
I see.
You don't get the full big screen effect.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Depends on whatever movie you're going to watch. You know, be sure to subscribe to Chewing the Fat, my daily podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you get your podcast. I've got a lot more to get to, but good news about the future of the United States of America.
Well, I mean, maybe it's.
Wait,
I mean, it's just
am I overselling it?
No, yeah, obviously. I mean,
no.
it's just a good feeling. Good feeling. I shouldn't have said good news. I shouldn't have given.
Oh no.
It's good to hear.
Because I missed this.
It's good to hear.
Okay.
It's good to hear that there is still someone in politics who loves this country. How about that?
I love that.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of those.
Just around the corner.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Welcome to Pat Gray Unleashed.
And here we go. All right, we're back. And
I'm coming. Welcome to it, Pat Unleashed. I'm getting it. I was just looking for the story because I wanted to congratulate LeBron James.
Oh, cool, yeah.
For setting, he's the all-time scorer.
Can he leave now? Go away. You set the record.
Congratulations to LeBron
NBA.
last night. I mean, they all stopped. The game stopped. And by the way, his team lost last night.
Well, that's perfect, right?
It is perfect.
That is
perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect. But he is the all-time scoring leader in the NBA, beating Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
How do you feel about that?
Congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations. I mean, I don't think legitimately LeBron has been a monster for 20 years or whatever. But I don't think that he ever was like Kareem was. Well, he played at a different time, right? I mean, there were no 3-point shots, and he had all these points, and LeBron's been steadily breaking these records now, and LeBron has beaten every team now, I think, in the NBA. And he's obviously been a monster, but I don't think he's ever been maybe I'm wrong. Maybe kids are being LeBron when they're playing, but everybody always talked about doing the Kareem hook shots.
Kareem.
So I don't know that they do that with LeBron, but maybe they do.
Let's just take a look here. I'm familiarizing myself with the NBA standings, and I noticed that where every team practically makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
LeBron's team, the Los Angeles Lakers, let's see. So 10 teams make the playoffs effectively.
Okay.
Because you have the 2 play-in
Are they
series.
in? I do not follow the NBA at all.
So then below the 10 teams that are currently qualifying for the playoffs, you got 12, 13th place.
Wow.
Out of 15 teams, the Los Angeles Lakers are led by LeBron James.
Wow, so it's not a surprise that he won the record for most points and lost on the same night.
No.
Because it's all about LeBron and not the team and winning. So, okay. Congratulations to LeBron James. Anyway, welcome to Pat Gray Unleashed. Pat is under the weather. He's got some innards issue going on. So
innards issue.
Yeah, some innards issues.
His kidney, right?
And I honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it's his kidney. They're not performing well right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I would venture to say that most humans need them to perform well.
I've heard that. I have heard.
But
that.
you have 2, right?
Yeah, I think
so.
It sounds like they're both not playing nicely. It's like they're ganging up on him.
Oh, so I mean, what happens if we just cut one out and throw it away? Does the other one step up to the plate then? Or
no, it's like, all right, well,
yeah, all right.
Pressure's on now.
I'm leaving it to you. No, I'm leaving it to you. So if we just take one away, then all right, fine. Anyway, he should be back whenever soon. We don't know when, but say a prayer for Pat Gray, and he'll be back as soon as he possibly can. I promise you that. 888-900-3393 is the phone number if you'd like to participate. We broke down the State of the Union from our president,
which was
Joseph
so good.
Robinette Biden.
Such a great speech. If you hadn't had a chance to watch it, I mean, you'll never be more proud of an American president. So.
Unifying.
Yeah,
unifying speech from the president of the United States.
Definitely, if you missed it, you'll want to go back, find it somewhere, and just absorb it because, my goodness, you can be proud to be an American by the time that thing is over. Oh, did you?
Right?
Oh, you had asked off the air if we had video of him walking out of the White House, getting into the limo, going over.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
We have that now, and it just kind of set the stage for the evening because it
did set the stage for the evening. I mean, this is pre-Jill kissing the second gentleman.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
and this.
So his world hadn't been shattered yet.
This is pre him being lost walking into the rotunda. Okay, so and he looks just
look
spry.
At his walk. Look at him. What a weird walk. Pick your feet up. That is
it's
bad.
I know the last. Maybe it wasn't the last checkup, but the last checkup they acknowledged was that his gait was lessened right over the years. That looks a lot lessened.
Hold on a second. He is of the party that wants to eliminate fossil fuels, and I heard a lot of idling engines there.
Boy, no kidding.
And you know what? Why don't you just walk over to the Capitol? You can do that, right? Just for the environment. I want to see you try that, old man.
Take a golf cart or something.
So, wait, no, we got to save the environment, right?
How?
Oh, battery operated. Yeah. We got a battery operated golf cart. Okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, that walk.
I mean, don't we have don't we have a President Pope mobile? You just get in and drive around Washington in. That would be awesome. Never going to happen, but it'd be awesome to see.
The seal on the side.
It'd be awesome to see the first golf cart. It's tremendous.
What would you call that? Because you got Marine One, you got Air Force One. What would you call it?
Cart One.
Cart One. I like it.
Cart One. That would be awesome. See that.
Cart One.
I want that
Make
to
it
happen. I want that to happen desperately. All right, so the Republican response to the State of the Union, because you can't have a State of the Union without a Republican response.
Yeah,
you just can't.
Yeah, and normally these are just milk toast and not that good, and you're just like, okay.
I mean, these are the times when we have make fun of people, right? This was what kind of slapped down Marco Rubio.
Oh, the water.
Right?
That was the one where he's like.
Yeah, he kept drinking the water during the whole speech. His throat was dry through the whole thing. Yeah.
And then Bobby Jindal, his presidential campaign got slapped down before it even
shot down in flames.
Before it even started, right? Water all over my face.
Good job.
But this last night, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, governor of Arkansas,
of the great state of Arkansas, the family tradition, as a matter of fact, down in the state of Arkansas, that Huckabee is governor.
That's true. I thought this was a very inspiring speech, and It felt good. It just because we're starving for someone in politics that still loves this country and isn't afraid to say so. She did.
I probably should have stayed up and watched it, but as soon as Dingleberry was done, our president. Joseph
I didn't watch this till this morning.
I couldn't. I
was like,
I had to go.
Done.
I couldn't take any more.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time viewing for Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her Republican response. So we'll start off with her definition of the difference between the GOP and the Dems.
Yeah.
5 months ago, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. It was a hard time for our family, particularly our kids, Scarlett, Huck, and George. But we kept our faith and persevered. Thanks to exceptional doctors here in Arkansas, a successful surgery, and the grace of God, I am cancer-free.
That's awesome.
Through it all, I couldn't help but think about my mom. She was 20 years old and in her first year of marriage when she was diagnosed with spinal cancer. The doctors told her she might not live, and if she did live, they said she'd never walk again.
Wow.
And if she did walk, she'd definitely never have children.
Wow.
The daughter she was told she'd never have was just sworn in as the new governor of Arkansas and is speaking to you tonight. Adversity and fear of the unknown can paralyze us, but faith propels us to charge boldly ahead. We can't stand still in the face of great challenges. You and I were put on this earth for such a time as this, to charge boldly ahead. I'll be the first to admit, President Biden and I don't have a lot in common. I'm for freedom, he's for government control. At 40, I'm the youngest governor in the country. And at 80, he's the oldest president in American history.
Think about it.
I'm the first woman to lead my state. And he's the first man to surrender his presidency to a woke mob that can't even tell you what a woman is. In the radical left's America, Washington taxes you and lights your hard-earned money on fire. But you get crushed with high gas prices, empty grocery shelves, and our children are taught to hate one another on account of their race, but not to love one another or our great country. Whether Joe Biden believes this madness or is simply too weak to resist it, his administration has been completely hijacked by the radical left. The dividing line in America is no longer between right or left. The choice is between normal or crazy.
Yeah. That's a pretty incredible story. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I knew that she had thyroid cancer, that she was diagnosed with that.
I don't think I did either.
And I'm trying to remember. I'm sure I probably heard Dad Huck talk about the wife's problems, but I didn't know about Sarah. Pretty incredible. She looks good too. She looks like she got the thing taken care of. You know, the eye thing.
She had an eye thing?
Yeah, when she was press secretary, she had that wonky eye issue. That's a medical diagnosis, wonky eye issue, and I believe that's fixed now. Well, at least she looked good last night. Wow. Okay, so she went on to tell us that I'm sorry. Okay, I was just getting over the thyroid cancer thing, and I got to thinking about the wonky eye. She went on to tell us that
lazy eye?
That President Biden. No, it's not a lazy eye. It's a wonky eye. That's a medical term. Look it up.
Unnatural ptosis, one drooping eyelid.
Again,
or
wonky eye.
Or amblyopia, lazy eye. Or wonky eye.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
She went on to tell us that what. If you don't know, President Biden is unfit for office.
What? Wait, my President Biden?
She says.
What?
Americans want common sense from their leaders. But in Washington, the Biden administration is doubling down on crazy. President Biden inherited the fastest economic recovery on record.
Giving trouble
the most
to
secure
love.
border in history, cheap, abundant, homegrown energy, fast rising wages,
think about that,
a rebuilt military, and a world that was stable and at peace.
Wow.
But over the last 2 years,
it feels like forever ago.
Democrats
It sure does.
destroyed it all.
It sure does.
Destroyed it all
Despite
in 2
Democrats'
years.
trillions in reckless spending and mountains of debt, we now have the worst border crisis in American history. As a mom, my heart breaks for every parent who has lost a son or daughter to addiction. 100,000 Americans a year are now killed from drug overdoses, largely from fentanyl pouring across our southern border. Yet the Biden administration refuses to secure the border and save American lives. And after years of Democrat attacks on law enforcement and calls to defund the police, violent criminals roam free, while law-abiding families live in fear.
That's right.
Beyond our border from Afghanistan to Ukraine, from North Korea to Iran, President Biden's weakness puts our nation and the world at risk. And the president's refusal to stand up to China, our most formidable adversary, is dangerous and unacceptable.
He shot down a balloon.
President Biden is unwilling to defend our border, defend our skies, and defend our people. He is simply unfit to serve as commander-in-chief.
I mean, that's... How do you argue with any of that?
You can't. You can't. I mean, she's obviously given plenty of love to Trump without actually saying his name, which was good. I mean, no doubt about that. But, boy, the destruction that has happened in the last 2 years is unbelievable.
When you say it like that, it hurts even more.
Yeah. Sure does.
How out of phase are we from where we were 2 years ago? And hell, go before COVID. 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I mean, it's just a completely different world.
It sure is. And it doesn't seem like, you mentioned it seems like forever ago. That for sure. I mean, things have moved along so fast that stuff that's 2 years old is ancient.
Right. And typically what will happen in a nation, they'll slowly change their policies. They'll slowly drift. Their political views will change one way or another over time. But see, when you have governments installed around the world from the WEF that are doing the bidding of Klaus Schwab and others, then you're able to just quickly turn on a dime and go ahead and get things done just like that.
Really?
And before you know it, you don't even recognize your country anymore.
Let alone the world.
Let alone the world.
Let alone the world. And, she mentioned Ukraine, well, Afghanistan too, but she mentioned Afghanistan. Who even thinks about that anymore?
Seriously. That is one of the most embarrassing moments in American history. And by the way, we've been racking up a lot of them under this administration.
There's no doubt about that.
If it's not Afghanistan, it's the balloon thing. People forget how he was the first president in the history of Great Britain, the history of this country, that Great Britain's parliament, they censure him, right? Or what was it? Or admonish him? Publicly admonish him. France recalled their ambassador? What? Over that deal we did with Australia.
Yeah.
It goes on. The Taliban, armed to the teeth now. Remember, he's gonna change the perception of America on the world stage.
Well,
they're gonna love us now.
Yeah, he's done that. No, I don't know that they're gonna love us, but he's definitely changed the perception of us in the United States. And you want to speak about the stupid balloon thing? So now they've said that it's being reported, right? We got the report that it was that it's happened before, and then they said, and Trump was like, "Not under my watch, It didn't happen." Well, then they said, "Well, we didn't know it till after it was done, and so we didn't know about it till after it was done." Now it's being reported
you didn't tell the president
there were 6 China spy balloons spotted during the Trump years, but they didn't know it until after it was over with. So General Milley and the rest of these dingleberries at the Pentagon should all be tried for treason.
Yeah, you're not going to tell
freaking one of them.
You're not going to tell the commander-in-chief that our airspace was incursion upon. How do you say that, Jeffy? I don't know.
Was ballooned upon?
They ballooned upon our airspace.
They ballooned us.
Anyway, you're not going to tell the president of the United States I mean, you're right. That is, oof.
That's unbelievable to me.
By the way, the Pentagon has said that China has declined a U.S. request for a phone call.
Miller's got the number. He said he'd call.
U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Chinese Defense Minister Wei Fenghe. So they don't even want to talk to us about it. That's interesting. Let's go, China.
I don't care.
We're calling you. And we're going to just keep blowing up your phone.
And instead of heading over there, Blinken decided, I'm not going to go over there. Now is not a good time. They might yell at me for shooting their balloon down.
That right there alone just tells you the lack of respect for our nation at this point. We're not taking the phone call from America. What?
I know.
Oh.
I know. So we do have some more Sarah Huckabee Sanders, but let's go to...
we got to take a break here. I'm just looking at the clock. I don't want to back you into a corner. Or back the board up into a corner.
Fine. You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
I said that. Welcome to Pat Gray Unleashed. 888-900-3393 is the phone number. You can tweet us at Pat Unleashed. You can use the hashtag put that in your pipe if you want.
Yeah, where are the tweets today?
I don't know. I guess they don't exist. We've bummed them out with Joe Biden. They've had enough. So that's fine. I appreciate it. We're trying to make it better with Sarah Huckabee Sanders. All right. I think she's actually done a pretty good job with her GOP response because, like we said, you can't have a State of the Union without a GOP response. You just can't. It's like cereal without milk. You couldn't do it.
Gross.
Yeah, you can't do it. So she also goes on to tell us. She's told us the difference between the GOP and the Dems. Mm-hmm. She's told us about how unfit Biden is for office.
That one's crazy, right?
And she now is going to tell us what Dems care about.
Okay.
And while you reap the consequences of their failures, the Biden administration seems more interested in woke fantasies than the hard reality Americans face every day. Most Americans simply want to live their lives in freedom and peace.
Amen.
But we are under attack in a left-wing culture war we didn't start and never wanted to fight. Every day we are told we must partake in their rituals, salute their flags, and worship their false idols. All while big government colludes with big tech to strip away the most American thing there is, your freedom of speech.
Boom.
That's not normal. It's crazy. And it's wrong. Make no mistake. Republicans will not surrender this fight. We will lead with courage and do what's right, not what's politically correct or convenient. Republicans believe in an America where strong families thrive in safe communities, where jobs are abundant and paychecks are rising, where the freedom our veterans shed their blood to defend is the birthright of every man, woman, and child.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
But that America was so 2 years ago. My word. I can't even put my brain in that mindset.
And you still have free speech. Just say what we want you to say. Shut up. What are you talking about? You can say what you want as long as it's what we want you to say. And then she talks about we have time for Christmas 2018.
I didn't know this story. This is fascinating. Yeah, check this out.
Good. Yeah, we've got plenty of time.
My husband Brian and I had just cleaned up wrapping paper that was shoved into every corner of our house, thanks to our 3 kids. When I had to walk out on my own family's Christmas, unable to tell them where I was going that night, because the place I'd be traveling was so dangerous, they didn't want anybody to know that the president was going to be on the ground, even for a few hours. We boarded Air Force One in complete and total darkness. There were no lights on the plane, no lights on the runway. Our phones and computers shut down and turned in. We were going completely off the grid. Nearly 12 hours later, in the pitch black of night, we landed in the war-torn part of western Iraq. It was again a similar scene. No lights on the plane, no lights on the runway. The only thing you could see was coming from about a mile away, in a dining hall where hundreds of troops who were in the fight against ISIS had gathered expecting to celebrate Christmas with senior military leadership from around the region. They had absolutely no idea that the president and first lady were about to walk into that room.
Amazing.
And when they did, it was a sight and a scene and a sound I hope I never forget.
No kidding.
The room erupted. Men and women from every race, religion, and region, every political party, every demographic you can imagine, started chanting in perfect unison over and over and over again, USA, USA, USA. It was an absolutely perfect picture of what makes our country great. One of the young soldiers yelled from the back, "Mr. President, I re-enlisted in the military because of you." And the president said, "And son, I'm here because of you."
No doubt.
That's in America.
That is, you want to talk about old school.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Was that Depression era?
Yeah, when was this story from?
Wow. That's a great story.
It sure is.
That's an awesome story. Now, I wonder. Well, he couldn't go to Afghanistan. Never mind. I was just thinking maybe President Biden could sneak into Afghanistan with our troops. But we pulled out of there. We're no longer there. Have we pulled out of Iraq? Have we? We could go to Ukraine. You go to Ukraine because he doubled down on that, where there's no end to the Ukraine.
I miss that America, don't you? I miss that America. Wow. Bring it back.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome to Pat Gray Unleashed here on the Blaze Television and Radio Network. Pat is in the hospital with some innard issues. And so you can say a quick prayer. You can say a long prayer. You don't even have to say a prayer. You know why? Because this is America. Okay? Sarah Huckabee Sanders has been telling us how great America could be.
And in that vein, you may not be allowed to say a prayer here shortly.
That's almost not funny.
I know.
But it's coming soon. Feels like that, that's for sure. Now, Sarah has told us the difference between the GOP and the Dems. Told us a story about her and her mom. The mom, I think, story I knew, the story about her and her thyroid cancer. I don't remember hearing about that. She talked about how Joe Biden was unfit for office.
Right, that one's out of left field right there.
Breaking news!
Wait, that guy's not fit for office?
She talked about what Dems care about. And she told a story about all of them going to Iraq over the Christmas break when President Trump and going dark and going off the grid to do this trip.
Love it.
And what an incredible story.
And that's what the GOP needs is more storytellers.
Yes.
Because that stuff sticks with people.
And that's one of the reasons. That story is another reason why they hated Trump so much. Because he would just do that stuff and not say anything about it.
Yep.
Just do it. I did it for the troops. I went over there for them. I took the first lady, the actual runway model that everybody thought was so horrific, with me. And we went to Iraq with my team, and everyone went dark, so no one knew. I mean, just amazing. So now, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the governor of the great state of Arkansas, is going to tell us that I bet it's time for a change. I bet she's going to tell us that.
You think that's what she's going to say?
I bet she's going to tell us
let's see.
that.
Let's find out here.
America is great because we are free. But today, our freedom is under attack, and the America we love is in danger. President Biden and the Democrats have failed you, and it's time for a change. A new generation of Republican leaders are stepping up, not to be caretakers of the status quo, but to be change makers for the American people. We know not what the future holds, but we know who holds the future in his hands.
Atlas.
And with God as our witness, we will show the world that America is still the place where freedom reigns and liberty will never die. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America.
There we go.
So, did Dad show up with Larry Gatlin and play his guitar or anything, or at the end of this, or was it just her?
I think it's just her.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe Huck would show up with Larry Gatlin and strum a little tune, but no.
That would have been the response to the response. That's later.
I really wanted. I tell you, that would have been awesome to see Huck show up with Larry Gatlin and strum a little guitar at the end. What else would have been awesome? And I knew it wouldn't happen, but it would have been a tremendous thing to have happened at the very end of the speech when Joe Biden turned around to have McCarthy rip up the speech.
I know. I was hoping for that.
Like Nancy Pelosi did to Trump. That would have been so good. And he didn't have to do it right in front of, as Joe Biden turned around, but just, Biden's done. Just a quick rip, set it off to the side. Would have been awesome. But it's a new America. It's a new America. We can't do that. We can't do that. So she was great.
Yeah,
I thought she did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Held strong, held her focus. It was awesome. Is she presidential material?
We are so starving. I thought about this morning when I was watching this. We are so starving on the right for good communicators who can transmit what we're feeling. And so when you see a speech like that, that's the first thing you think of is, I don't care what our real policies are when it comes down to signing, bills and stuff. That's awesome. Oh, she should run for president. I mean, it's your first instinct.
I don't know that she is, though.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about her politics.
I don't either.
And so until that, I'm not even going to entertain the thought. Plus, she's just been governor for 5 minutes, right? Like when she was just elected this cycle. So let's let her be a governor first. Florida, that doesn't count for you. He's been there.
DeSantis already got a term under his belt.
It'll be 6 years when 2024.
That was like a lifetime ago. He was elected
take one for
governor.
the team, Florida. We need him up in Washington. Sorry. But, a case can be made, though, that where you're really going to affect change is in the states. So you need to leave people like DeSantis in place. Perhaps Huckabee Sanders. And governors like that.
What was the last one?
I don't know. I had a Biden moment, Greg.
Okay.
Anyhow, but you need good governors in these states.
I know.
The Iowa governor, the South Dakota gnome, not South Dakota.
The South Dakota gnome is the governor? No kidding. Now, I will say, I am a fan of the Gnome Liberation Front. I believe that they should, I'm a big fan and supporter of the Gnome Liberation Front, but I didn't realize South Dakota had a gnome as a governor.
Brian Kemp, in Georgia. So you got to lock down these states and let freedom thrive in these locations because nationally, a case can be made that it's over. Give up. I mean, you're not going to rescue this country from itself. I mean, just look at the debt alone. Never mind the rot in all areas of our government. Anyway.
It's time just to maybe, I've said it before, I think we just wipe everything clean.
Oh, the Oklahoma
Forget about
governor.
the debt.
Oh, he's good
Forget about the debt.
Forget about the debt?
Debt.
Maybe that's why Bono was in town. He likes to do that.
Wipe it out.
He likes to say, hey,
all
Jubilee, let's... when's the next Jubilee year coming up? We're due for a Jubilee year, right? So let's put America on that list.
Make it all go away.
Let's see.
Debt no longer exists. And start again. Just start from zero. We're back up and running. Why not? Might as well. I mean, actually, that's what we're doing, except that we're just, continuing to print and moving on. I don't know that you're never going to catch up now, are you? I don't think you are, unless we actually rein in a planet that has quadrillions of money on it, gold and whatever other elements on that planet. Remember how much was that one asteroid worth?
Yeah, then they pulled that down a little bit. They updated their
Yeah, it was still a lot though.
Still a lot. I mean, but would it cover our debt though? I don't know.
I mean, I know we can't even rein in the balloon, so now we're talking about reining in an asteroid? No, I don't think so. We did rein in the balloon, Jeff. We shot it down, okay? I told him, and that's another thing. Do you think at any time, now Milley may have called China ahead of time to give them a heads up because he's a treasonous bastard. Mm-hmm. But do you think that if Donald Trump was president of the United States and we had a balloon flying in our airspace and he said, shoot that son of a gun down, that the military, they may say in the meeting, oh, maybe we ought to wait. And he said, I think not.
And that's probably why they didn't tell him. How much did they keep from President Trump?
Yeah. I mean, Milley admitted it in front of Congress that he would, talk to China behind our backs. I mean, that guy does not deserve to be where he's at right now. I'll tell you that. My father-in-law, who served in the military in Vietnam, believes that General Milley should be tried for treason and put in prison immediately. And I don't know that I'm far behind that. You can tweet the show at Pat Unleashed. You can use the hashtag, put that in your pipe, if you so desire. We do have a couple of tweets. We did get some tweets. All of a sudden, we were asking for them, and then they arrived, amazingly. From Pick-a-Pool, the snarky jackhole Pokemon. China won't answer the phone. Hire the car warranty people to keep calling them.
Yeah, that'll work. My goodness.
You have to just keep blocking those different numbers because they change them consistently.
I love, the memes going around with the balloon that you were just talking about, and one of them was, "Hey, this is just a car warranty people."
Yeah.
On the side of the balloon.
Yeah.
I could totally see them doing it that way. Yep.
I've seen the McDonald's cup. The Ronald McDonald hands around the McDonald's soda cup saying that's our response as a balloon. Mm-hmm. I've seen the Panda Bear balloon response, which is actually funny and
a lot of Valentine's Day messages from Fang Fang.
If I was a rock radio station program director right now, talk radio should be doing it too, but except they don't want to spend the money. You should have a balloon for your radio station flying over your city right now, promoting your radio station. Just a thought. Just throwing it out there. I think it would be a good promotional gimmick. State of the Giblets tweets, China is watching the U.S. position on Ukraine, planning their move on Taiwan. Meanwhile, North Korea is watching the U.S. position on Chinese balloons, planning their move on South Korea. So no pressure, Joe.
You don't feel protected by this guy?
Oh, we're fine.
Mr.
We're fine.
I walk to the car like this, not picking up my feet. That guy's protecting us, man. Look at. Do you think is his diaper soiled? Is it full before he even gets in the car?
Because that's how possible.
Do that again, Kayla. Because look how he's
possible.
walking. I mean, I think his drawers are already full. Oh my goodness. We should ask Kevin McCarthy what it smelled like up there. Oh, it's just.
That's really funny when you look at it under that premise. That's possible.
How many change of clothes do you think that they keep in the limo there?
Well, if he's got diapers on, you don't need to have a change of clothes.
Okay, how many extra diapers do you think they keep?
You always have more on hand.
I guarantee you.
I mean, that's a Costco run daily.
I guarantee you, there's a package of adult diapers in the limo there for the president.
Has to be.
I mean, let's go. Come on, Secret Service. Somebody defect and let's talk about this. I want to know. They were like, yeah, we're not going to go through that Vatican City thing again. We already dealt with that once. We're always prepared now.
Yeah, we can't have that. That can't happen. And then, of course, we have Lone Wolf 2965, an original tweeter. Keith.
What?
He wants to eliminate fossil fuel vehicles for peons like you, not for important people like him. Okay?
Understood.
So
that's why the limos are just out there running nonstop. Okay.
So, yeah, that's why the limos are just out there running. Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening to Pat Gray Unleashed. We have, if you'd like to be a subscriber to Blaze TV, now's the time. You can go to blazetv.com/Pat, and I'm pretty sure if you use the promo code Pimp on a Blimp, you get $20 off your subscription fee.
Wow.
Is that promo? I think that promo code is still valuable because Alex Stein started his show. Starts his show today, right? The 8th.
Yeah. Oh, it's the 8th, yeah.
Yeah, today as his new show starts. So the promo code, and I know that he has, blazetv.com/primetime, but really you just go to blazetv.com/Pat, right? It's blazetv.com/Pat or Pat Unleashed?
Yeah, Pat.
Okay. And use the promo code Pimp on a Blimp. Get you $20 off. Plus, you'll be able to see Overtime. We do an Overtime show every day. Gets posted on Blaze TV just for you, the subscriber.
Yeah, we have a special guest today. One Chris Cruz is going to join us.
My main man, Chris Cruz.
Yeah, I wish that Pat were here today, but I guess his kidneys had other plans. We were talking on the show yesterday or earlier this week at some point. We were discussing trans folks, and I think he had mentioned something like, can you imagine being on a date and finding out that it's a dude there? And so Chris Cruz came to mind, an experience that he had, and he's going to come in and share that with us today on Pat Gray Overtime. Yeah. Just wish Pat could be here for story time.
We can FaceTime him.
Chris has a story. Oh yeah, he would love. Him. Oh, he would love that.
I know, right?
Pat would love that. I'm going to let you handle that.
We have to make that happen.
But we don't.
We do. We do have to make that happen. Look, it'll be. We record Overtime at 8:10 Central.
Okay.
Right? It posts at 11 Central for Blaze TV subscribers.
Okay.
So at 8:10 Central, the nurses have already been through.
Oh, their shifts.
The doctors have already been done. They had their morning rounds.
Okay.
He's already medicated up. And he's just waiting for the next.
Now he's bored.
He's waiting for the next round. By 8:10, that's nap time. You're waiting for the next round of nurses to come through.
And I'm sure that his phone's on because he keeps it that way.
That's kind of a good point. But somebody's going to be there with him, right? We could FaceTime them.
I'm going to let you handle all this. That's good. You got 10 minutes after the show to make it happen.
Okay. That's awesome. We're going to need to make that happen. Where are we at? Oh, don't forget to mention Ozzy Osbourne. Very sad news. He is a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, by the way. Black Sabbath.
Oh, good.
Although he said he didn't really want it when they gave it to him.
Really?
Yeah, he called it meaningless.
Okay, well, he was ahead of his time.
He called it meaningless. No doubt about that.
Because it is.
But he is now retired from touring, saying that he's come to the realization that he's no longer physically capable of doing the upcoming tour, because he had a big tour upcoming throughout Europe and the UK.
Oh, wow.
And so if you had your tickets, get your money back, because he ain't coming. All right, it's over. I know. Dry your eyes. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you. Okay. So.
Man, that's not cool.
I know. I know. It's sad.
Yeah.
Wrap up a few other things. What do we got? Oh, you still have time to order, too. Get your order in. The annual Cry Me a Cockroach fundraiser will support the San Antonio's Zoo's vision of the future. No one supports zoos more than Jeff Fisher and Chewing the Fat today here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
This is the
no one supports zoos more than me.
Valentine's Day thing, right?
That's correct.
Oh, yes.
Now, you can go to their website, the San Antonio Zoo. It's SAZoo.org. But I think it started originally a couple years ago. I remember talking to the Waco Zoo. I think they're the ones that started it. But anyway, you can go to the San Antonio Zoo for Cry Me a Cockroach. All donors will receive a digital Valentine's Day card showing their support for the zoo. You can choose a roach or a vegetable for $5 to feed to an animal. Or for $25 you can get a rodent to feed to an animal. And you get to name it for your ex. Or if you love someone and you think, I love you so much, I want to feed a snake with a rat with your name on it. You can do that. And you can also opt to send your ex a digital Valentine's Day card informing them that a cockroach. I mean, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, you got to.
If you buy a roach to be eaten, you've got to send the card saying, hey, I bought a cockroach with your name on it.
Otherwise, that's like doing something and getting no benefit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Where's Waldo guy. He replaced the images, but if he's not there or to experience the angst that the little kids are feeling, spending an entire afternoon on one page looking for Waldo. Replace the pages. In case you missed an earlier episode of Pat Gray, it's kind of like this. You got to tell the ex so that they know how much they suck. Otherwise, they're going to have no idea.
Now, if you really hate your ex, you could spend $150. And that's going to include a personalized video message to your ex showing their cockroach, rodent, or vegetable being devoured by the animal. That is awesome. I love that bit. And you have until Valentine's Day to get that taken care of. You thought I was going to mention Kexi cookies, didn't you?
You thought
I was going to mention Kexi cookies because you probably still have time to get those Valentine orders in at Kexi.com. Use the promo code TheJeffy. Get you 18% off.
Can I buy a vegetable, right? Name it Joe Biden and toss it in the bin?
I would say yes to that, but I don't know. The San Antonio Zoo might not do that. Although that's a good question. We should get the zoo on the phone.
Yeah, I'm just naming the vegetable after.
They probably don't care. They care more about the money and the help of the zoo. It needs the cash. Zoos are struggling right now. People are robbing them blind.
What do we have?
People are robbing them blind.
You know what? I saw my local news tease the story, but I didn't stick around for it. The guy who took the monkeys.
Yeah.
When he escaped on a dart train.
In the Dallas Zoo.
He took a dart train, they said.
Yeah, he's admitted now that he...
which is a local, it's your mass transit that nobody takes in Dallas.
Right.
So there's plenty of room for monkeys to run around and enjoy themselves like they're in the wild.
He admitted that he was the one that let the one cat loose.
Okay.
And he never could corral it. And he cut the cage for the monkeys, and they never came out. That time the monkeys were like... No, bro, I'm not going with you.
We're good here.
I'm right here. You go ahead and cut that cage all you want. But
what about the bird? Did he kill the bird?
I don't. That's never been talked about. Yeah. That was something else.
Okay, so what was his plan to do with...
The vulture died of suspicious circumstances.
Yeah, so what was the plan with the monkeys? They were in a closet in an abandoned house.
Right, and that was owned by a church. The church owned the house that they were supposed to fix up, and it was going to be some youth group area for the church. And there were wild animals. And they said when they went to the house, there were wild animals inside the house, and the monkeys were in a closet.
Is he going to start his own zoo?
Maybe.
Honestly.
I don't know. But they've had other zoos, like a zoo in Louisiana was broken into.
Oh, wow.
And they tried to tie it to this guy by saying it's only a 6-hour drive.
Oh, shut up.
I don't think it's this guy, but they tried. It's only a 6-hour drive. Okay, you know what? Maybe it is him. You got me. But there's been plenty of issues around zoos. So they need the money. So help them out. Okay? No one supports zoos more than me. And I'm a big supporter of keeping animals in cages. That's right, Peter. You heard me.
So we don't know if dude was going to start his own,
maybe he was.
Bootleg zoo?
Maybe he was. Or he was just trying to, sell them. Black market animal.
There's got to be better things to steal to try to sell on the black market than wild animals.
Try to get a niche in the market. Yeah. Nobody else out there selling monkeys.
Fill a need. That's
yeah. Well, okay. I need to make a little money. Everybody else is selling, crack.
Yeah.
I don't want to sell crack. I'll sell monkeys
that I
stole from the zoo.
Boring. All right, to sell crack, anybody could do that. I'm going to go and round up some monkeys.
Right. And plus, then we have, it's almost over today. Thank you for watching and listening to the show today. A reminder that Pat he's in the hospital. I guess he's still in the hospital. We haven't heard that he's out. He was having some innard issues, and this was after his. Oh, I don't know if this had anything to do with the slipper. This is after the aftermath of the slip and fall or not.
On the
it definitely could, because the first time he talked about slipping and falling was on his back, right? And then the second time was a face plant. So this definitely could be a part of that. Anyway.
Oh, hang on. I just got a notice here. Oh, you're in tomorrow, Jeffy. Hope you can make it. Please?
You know that already?
Yeah, it's that came across.
I mean, he could get discharged at any moment.
No, the thing said Jeffy's in tomorrow, please.
So he's still what a wuss, still in the hospital. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching the show. I was thinking about the Super Bowl week. Mm-hmm. Right? And they were all concerned about. I'm actually excited.
Are we going to get charged
for
him saying the phrase Super Bowl?
No, because we're not making any money off of it.
Wait, what do you think? Okay.
We're not making any money off the Super Bowl. We could talk about it. That's what the game is called.
I know. Super Bowl.
What is the Super Bowl?
They're so ridiculous over there.
What is it, like Super Bowl LVI or something? Is that what this one is?
I've lost count.
And then, but they're all concerned that LeBron James is taking away from the NFL news. Because it's big, it's Super Bowl week. How about no?
Who's concerned?
No, I was hearing some of the sports radio guys talk about how the LeBron James news is taking away from the NFL. No.
No.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.